I found a festy Reddit thread trying to discredit my Waterford videos. Finding this felt like walking into a dusty old men's club where no one has opened a window in 6 months and it smells slightly like jizz. Just ambient smell of jizz. Stopped the video after she clapped her hands like that in the first few seconds, not watching that shite. This is the opening move in a coordinated discrediting operation. This comment has nothing to do with Kelsey Warren, Waterford Airport, the GSI record, the court case, the contract, or the critical minerals. It is an attack on my body language. Bit personal. It is the first high upvote comment in this thread, and it is designed to establish that the presenter is unwatchable. It's the first thing you see. Every subsequent commenter who hasn't watched the video can upvote that without needing to address a single fact. That is not organic behaviour. This is seeding. Then everything she says here is wrong. This is a poor attempt at a bad take. She's like Captain Kelly. 27 upvotes, 0 specifics, no fact challenge, no document cited, no claim identified. This account is a top 1% Reddit commenter. That means this account comments at an extremely high volume. This is either an extremely active Reddit user or more likely an Astroturfing account. I replied to this and said, "Why do you care so much? Is that you, Kelsey?" And the account immediately pivots to trying to justify the investment thread by saying it cares about Waterford projects. How is saying that I'm just blatantly wrong without engaging in the source material giving a fuck about Waterford projects? Or this one, she's not clever at all. She's another 1% commenter. These are astroturfing accounts. She's an idiot who reads what ChatGPT spits out at her. She hasn't got an original piece of info in her brain. The ChatGPT accusation is 2026's version of she got it off Wikipedia. The function of these comments is to preemptively legitimize any research done by non-institutional journalists. It's implying that my research is generated rather than sourced. That's false. That's not true. Every single claim in that video is backed by a primary source document published to my Substack. Every single word in that script has an inline citation that brings you back to the original material. ChatGPT is not producing primary source hyperlinks to the Geology Survey of Ireland. It should be forced to, but it isn't. Comments like this circulate in these cesspits of male entitlement because I explained how I use AI automation technology as part of my workflow. There's also a lot of weird comments in here that suggest that I've no academic credentials and I don't know what I'm doing, but it's very easy to find my LinkedIn, linkedin.com/AliMacForever. I have character references from every boss and senior person that I worked for in my decade-long financial services career. Not that I need to justify any of this to people, but the people who follow me should know just how pathetic all of these astroturfs are. I have already shared publicly my master's thesis, which was written in 2016, so long before AI, and it was written on the American military-industrial complex, and it named the Carlyle Group and David Rubenstein directly in 2016. I think I know what I'm doing. Where AI comes into this process is the sheer velocity required to feed the algorithm. AI writes captions for TikTok, takes TikTok videos and posts them on YouTube while I sleep or read primary documents. The hilarity of this ChatGPT slander we'll get to at the end when I go through who owns this fucking platform. Spoiler alert. Sam Altman owns 10% of this shit fucking hot potato cesspit of male entitlement. Blech. Then that same astroturfing account creates what appears to be a very detailed academic rebuttal. Like, this is just a stupid waste of everyone's time. You're not trying to enhance or bring the investigation forward or make it more concrete. You're trying to find and pick holes in it and dismantle mischaracterizations of 8 videos. This is 8 videos, all 10 minutes long. And I never said any of this. So you made up an entire fake argument and then dismantled that. It says, okay, number 1, the government sold the airport to a Texan. I never said that exact phrasing. I explained how that airport was owned by the shareholders and local business people and how they sold it. So this is bizarre. Nobody said that. You're literally fighting with a wall. And every single one of them goes on like this. Takes out 816 million 10-year contract for emergency service. Bollocks number 2. This is arguably the biggest pile of shite. Look at this rhetoric. The contract for search and rescue started. This lunatic. The contract for search and rescue had started in 2022 with a final decision awarded to Bristow contract for the national services. Right, this is for 4 airports. Airport Waterford fought for it to be kept on there. This is irrelevant information. I never said anything about any of that. I pointed, and not mentioned here once, is the comments made by a sitting senator about the political influence in the decision to award that contract to this company and not the one who had been doing it for the last 10 years, despite this company costing 60 million more and not having the right helicopters. That's not addressed here. But insults are thrown around. I'm called a lunatic a number of times, an idiot, unnecessary, pathetic attempt, and yet you don't actually argue with the points made in the video. You make up weird extra shit that is not attributable to me and then have that fight. I actually replied to this and dismantled that and clarified them, and Reddit buried this down under 22 comments, hidden and folded. If that is not an indication of a collusion and an organization, then I don't know what else. Why is my speech being buried and this is being highlighted and flagged by that platform? It's fraudulent, it's defamatory. And every single one of these comments is a suppression tactic documented in the intelligence playbooks that I have shared with you before. Collectively, this thread proves my thesis rather than challenge it. If your only response to a documented hyperlinked primary source investigation into a US billionaire's acquisition of critical Irish infrastructure is personal abuse, mischaracterizations, and vague dismissal, then you have said more than I need to. I already had a hard time with this platform because that is defamation. But because these accounts, even though their number 1 top astroturfer on the platform, are anonymous, what are my options? How do you get Reddit threads removed if they are inaccurate or slanderous or dangerous? You can't. This platform is so fucking toxic, it's not even funny. So I looked up who owns it. And actually, I think that this has helped me a lot. So the classic strategy of using Reddit astroturfing to derail or discredit someone, this is about to backfire massively on you, as if yesterday wasn't bad enough. Because the ownership of that company is publicly listed. Did you think that I wouldn't look it up? The 3 largest stakeholders in Reddit have come up on this channel before. They are Advance Publications. Remember the parent company that I told you owned Wired, who broke an inaccurate story about that dialogue event. The hackers had found a list of 113 attendees. Wired, through unverified private sources, stated that it was over 200 and sowed misinformation and confusion about that. Same fucking people own Reddit. Who else owns Reddit? Sam Altman is one of the largest shareholders in Reddit, is the CEO of ChatGPT, the platform that I'm being slandered for apparently using, even though I don't support that motherfucking creep. I do not use this technology. It is Gaslight Central. And the flattening of me using a variety of corporate level research tools, being she uses AI, is absolute ignorance at its peak. So Advanced Publications, this is where it gets interesting. They also hold a massive stake in Warner Brothers Discovery. That's the same company that claimed copyright over my face to have this political content removed yesterday. So where I'm being harassed and bullied and abused by weirdos on Reddit, it is by the same people. These people have now resorted to attacking my appearance, the fact that I clapped in a video, and they're also using it as an opportunity to try and discredit other pieces of work that they don't like. If you want to attack this essay, please be informed that I literally worked at Fidelity Investments doing research and development grant applications. If you need another lesson on how that system works, I'm more than happy to do that for you today. Keep pulling the threads, see what they're attached to.